Alrighty, guys, this is Snugsonblitz. One of my subscribers wrote to me and said, "Hey, Snugs, could you do a review of the WZ-111?" And I would be happy to. The only problem is, I don't have the tank. Why? Well, I just never felt it was worth getting. I mean, it's an IS-3 variant, which I have on the screen here. However, it did get buffed a while ago, so I said, you know what? I can't review it because I don't have the tank. I don't want to spend the gold on it. But if you send over 3 replays, I'll do my best to give you my thoughts. And that's precisely what he did. So let's get stuck in, shall we? In the first game, he is lower tier. That's always a challenge. He's got a Maushin. That's a problem. He's got an Emil 2 on his team. And he's going to go the heavy route. Now, I see that he's using the standard equipment. But the WZ-111, if I'm not mistaken, did get buffed a while ago. And I think it was given speed boost and tungsten as an option. So in my opinion, you got to choose one of those. Now, I could be mistaken. I do apologize if that's not the case. But if memory serves, that's how it got buffed. Now, he swung to the center, but then he decides to veer off. Okay, I don't really recommend that. This is an awkward position. If I'm being completely honest, I would prefer to be more mid with my Emil 2. However, he's able to surprise this guy who really has no business being there. So he takes him out. Nicely done. So they've got a 1-tank lead. Things are looking good. This guy's over there. That Object 84 is not the biggest threat. His gun can be annoying because it lights you up for 20 seconds, but really that's about the best it's got. And oh, that's unfortunate. So you got to aim in with heavy tanks more than you do in, let's say, a medium or maybe a light tank. Didn't expect him to hit that, but, you know, stranger things have happened. However, he is able to keep his tank destroyer alive, which is always a good thing. And he bounces a shell. This tank will get a few bounces. It does hit decently hard, like every IS variant. It's a little bit slower, if I'm not mistaken, so you really have to pick your positions a little bit more carefully, I think, than a tank such as the IS-3. But against an E-Rack, you're going to take some damage, but it's not the end of the world. And his team is absolutely massacring the enemy team. So, yeah, he's got this in the bag. Not sure why he's really worried about taking a hit now. But there you go. In my opinion, hey, when it's all over, just don't sit back. Just keep going. Let him hit you. I mean, it's no big whoop. Even if they ammo-racked you in this situation, it's not going to change the outcome of the game. So just go for it. That's my opinion. Okay, and this guy's not even looking at him. So nice, easy damage there. And he puts him on fire. So very solid. I mean, 400 wackaroony and then fire, so pushes up to 500. So a pretty solid game. To me, that is what you can expect in a normal game of the WZ-111. About 16 or 1700 damage for 500 block damage. That's just stock standard, in my opinion. Moving on to our second game. And again, he's on this map, but he's on the other side. And he's up against some heavy hitters in the KV-5, Charlemagne, and the T-28 Proto. They also have a Brask, which is dangerous. On his team, he has a Skoda T-56. That's nice. He has a KV-5 on his team as well. That's good. And they have a Defender Mark 1. Fabulous. So I give them the slight edge this game. He's going to head over here and support his Skoda, which works. But he's going to go not mid. He's going to go off mid. And in my opinion, it's not really the best position for a few reasons. You got to have a target going through those houses there. That's probably not an easy shot. Here, they've got to peek on up pretty high before we can hit them. And we see on the minimap there are 4 tanks on the other side, 5 tanks on the other side. And the Brask is almost dead. But the Skoda and my buddy here are just sitting, waiting patiently. But there's another tank over there, so they're all over there. I mean, when there's 5 tanks over there, I mean, blow caution to the wind and just go for it. Heavy tanks need to be near the front of the attack, and in this case, they've already lost 2 of their tier 8 tanks, so this is not good news at all. However, it's not over till the fat lady sings, and ooh, look what we have here. The charioteer is going to regret that as, oh my goodness me, he was vaporized. So they've pulled it back, but I think their Indian's going to go down really soon. So they're in a horrible position now to try and dig themselves out of a hole. And unfortunately, I think he should have risked firing that as there are no tanks near him. The Skoda T-56 is very passive. I mean, he's got armor galore and he's just sitting back. My goodness me, if these guys work together, they could take out this T-28 pretty quickly. Unfortunately, he wasn't able to pen that. That's unfortunate. And now, KV-5. Now, he'll be a pain. But this game's all over. There's nothing he can do simply because his team just fell apart super quickly. To be fair, though, he and the Skoda, as well as the KV-5, really needed to move in much faster. But they didn't. And as a result, the enemy team was able to just rip right through the flank, lickety-split. Now they find themselves in the unenviable position of dealing with 6, and all sorts of different reloads. Brask is down, that's good, but the Skoda and the WZ-111 both are hard-hitting, but have long reload times, which is not good at the end of games, because if there are a lot of targets to take out, you can't take them out fast enough. Okay. It's not over yet, but they've got to take out one of these tanks ASAP. Oh, good job. So he wisely decided to take that on, but now they've got to sit back and just be patient. Let them come to them. Don't take any unnecessary damage. And here we go. Charlemagne. Got to take him out if you want this game. Aiming in. No. You need to hit the side of the turret. That was super red. Whereas the other area on the left-hand side could have gotten away with that. Skoda's trying to keep them back. He's got to get rid of the Charlemagne. Even then, I don't see them winning this simply because, and this was a mistake, he's backing up into the base. Yeah, that's not going to get it done. He needed your gun. He needed you to work together with him, and you've just decided to kind of abandon him here. So, nice whack there, but now they're coming for the Skoda. And there goes the Skoda, and if the Skoda goes down, you go down, because they realize that, hey, there's only one gun to deal with. As long as he's shooting this guy, he's not shooting me. I mean, people are not great players, but they can see something like that a mile away. So backing up there, in my opinion, was the mistake. Could have been different if you'd taken out Charlemagne really fast, but oh well. Pretty solid 2094, but unfortunately, yeah, some easy mistakes that cost them the game. Skoda T-56 tried, but I mean, Defender useless, sorry. WZ-111 useless. Indian, well, no comment. Moving on to our final game, and in this game, he's up against, well, a Vipera, that's what was dangerous, a Yo, an IS-3, as well as a WZ-111 GFT, which is a pretty solid tank. Their weakest tank is probably the CDC or the Bulldog. He, on the other hand, has a VK101P, very nice, simply because of the armor and hit points. He's also got a T-29, which is a hold-down god. And he could really choose whether he wants to help the flank and just rip right through them quickly, or go the heavy route. And he decides to go, well, the heavy route. Here he goes. He's got some support behind him. That's great news. So he's going to go this way, and I think it's the T-71 on the other side, and he's going to get absolutely shredded. Yeah. I don't see him lasting very long at all. Anyway, in this game, you may have noticed that my subscribers actually put tungsten on this game. Wise decision. Yeah, this tank hits hard, and why not bump up that damage potential? So, he's going to say sayonara to his T-71 as expected. And I don't know why he's really sitting back here. Doesn't really have to be afraid. And the IS-3 is on his left. Yo's there behind cover. Ooh, goodness me, that Chimera took out their CDC. So while they're back on even ground tank-wise, they've actually got an advantage now. Personally, I would have pushed in a little bit sooner. No need to sit back. Come on, punish this guy. He's here. Go for it. Live a little. And he's got his tungsten activated. 467. That's nice. And he's not even looking at him, so you should be able to get another cheap shot in. Easy stuff here. Just amen. Boom. Oof. So the IS-3 is having a horrible day, but their J-Panther 2 just went down. Their Yo is sitting far back and not supporting the IS-3, which is not the best play. It's got 3 shells and wasn't able to bounce that, which is unfortunate. But so he took a little bit too much damage there. So yeah, bit of a mistake. Oof, that was painful. So the first time he did it was great, but eventually the Yo put on his big boy pants and decided to attack. It happens. Now, he's on a long reload, so you don't really need to sit back. He's fired 3 shells at you. He's got no shells in the chamber, so get in there and punish him. Yeah, here we go. Boom. Yep. He's not even looking at you, so easy hunting, right? It's great when your teammate takes all the damage for you. Not great sometimes, because sometimes they take them out and then take you out quite quickly afterwards. But in this case, yeah, he's helping you out a lot because he's getting a nice, easy shot. And there you go. He's up to 1800 damage, which is nice. As I said, this is what you can normally expect in this tank. Now he aims in here all the way, but that is a tough shot. And it's a heavy tank, so yeah, no. Don't try those shots. Most of the time they won't work, but in this case, there was nothing really to shoot at. I would have just saved the time and moved in closer. Yeah, he's got this in the bag. It's 5v2. Not really sure what happened to the team, but yeah, all I can say is they didn't really help each other, and it cost them. There's the Vipera. He's looking at him, he's looking at him. Yeah, that was a tough shot. And his teammates are going to take out the Vipera, so just go in and see if you can get some cheap, easy damage against the WZ. Should be fine. Just peek on over, and there you go. Easy stuff. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Should be fine. He's not even looking at you, so Merry Christmas. There you go. There you go. 2063. In my opinion, this tank is a harder hitter, slower IS-3. You got those tungsten shells, use them. If you got speed boost, you might want to use that. But in my opinion, use adrenaline, use tungsten, and a repair kit. That's what you need on this tank. But the choice is yours.
A huge shout out goes out to my Patreons. These wonderful people help keep the lights on over here, which allow me to keep making videos for you. If you'd like to send over a donation, you can check the links in the description below. You can send over a one-time donation. Everyone who's done so, I very much appreciate it. And if you'd like to take your tanking to the next level, you can check Patreon, where we have 3 different options available, as you can see here. My goal has been, and always will be, to help make you a better tanker. If you have any questions, you can always send me an email at snugsonblitz@proton.me. Anyway, back to our regular scheduled programming. What do you think of the WZ-111? Do you prefer the IS-3, or maybe the WZ-112-2, the 252, the Type 57? There are so many variants. I think we're up to 8 right now. But this did get buffed a while ago. So are you a fan of it now, or just leaving it in the garage to rot? I don't know. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know, and I'll see you next time. Snugsonblitz out.